I was a dominatrix for over 10 years before I met my husband. One of the things that made it so dangerous to be a dominatrix, especially at the time that I started, was it's like you're exposed to the rawest form of whoever that man is. Let me break it down. When a man paid me to have a session, I was getting the rawest, most honest form of whoever that man was that was coming through that door. And that could be either a really amazing thing or it could be a very, very bad thing. This is something that a lot of women who have shared past with me or are currently dominatrices deal with. A lot of safety issues because we are being exposed to men in their rawest form without the mask they wear for their churches, without the mask they wear for their communities, their families, their friends, etc., etc. There were some men that were so lonely and felt so alone that they would pay me just so we can talk to each other for an hour. And then there were the other ones. The ones who felt so powerless in society that they came to women like me to pay me to treat me horribly, to make me indulge in some kind of weird thing that they were into, that in many ways dehumanized me. Yeah. There were some men that came to see me that just wanted to talk, wanted to just feel vulnerable with someone, because a lot of times society doesn't give men the space to be themselves on an emotional level. And so some men literally just came to me to talk, to be vulnerable, to play music and talk about the music. It was so weird. But I saw that side of men and I felt sad for them. I felt, you know, it's so sad that you don't have this, that you don't have people to talk to about music or to color with you or whatever it is that you want to do and just feel human. So that was one side. The other side was men that were horrible people. They are the gutter of society. They are some of the worst people, some of the most abusive people. And they came to women like me to kind of exercise their right to be a horrible person, because they know that if I go to the cops, right, and I say I was violated in some kind of way by this guy and I'm a dominatrix, we're not going to be taken seriously, especially not when I started again. So it was a thing of being exposed to all these different forms of men, being exposed to this range of men, and then also knowing that I'm seeing the truth about who this person really is, right? Because I'm alone in a room with them. They could hurt me. They could not hurt me. Like, you know, they can give me a hard time. They cannot give me a hard time. But, you learn a lot about people as the type of woman that I am or was, right? Because you see exactly who they are, unfortunately. So, in a lot of my previous videos, I talk a lot about giving to men, receiving from men. Why am I talking about men? Oh my God, right? And the reason is because being a dominatrix and then being a wife, right, really changed the way I see men. Both of those experiences, not just being a dominatrix, it's also being a wife now, right? And being on the other side of that fence, if you know what I'm saying. So I think I think I learned how to get whatever I want from men through being a dominatrix. But I learned how to care for a man from being married. And I think yes, there are some horrible people, as I was exposed to, and I'm very open about that, and I will continue to be open about that. There are some horrible men out there, but I've seen so many misunderstood men, and I feel like those are the men that I want some of you ladies to find, right? Like, find the men that are good, because they are out there, but I need you to stop looking in the usual places that we look, because I'm telling you from experience, like, a lot of those politicians, a lot of those celebrities, a lot of those people that all the women chase, they're not the best people. And one day, I am going to talk about my experiences with some of that stuff. But please trust me on this. Some of the high earning men, the high value men, the men that are that you always see in the news, the politicians, just, I need you to understand that a lot of them behind closed doors are not the best people. And I'm going to leave that one right there. I want to start steering women and giving women advice about how to find those other men. The ones that, like, are literally just misunderstood and maybe like a little weird, or like they may be a little, I don't know, spicy or whatever it is. Like, they're just generally just misunderstood men. And I need women out there to know that those are the men, believe it or not, like those nerdy guys, those, like, oh, those guys that, like, you may think that they're bad just because, right? Like, those are the men. They're out there. They are good people, because I was exposed to a lot of these people, and they are good people. And so I want to make videos for the girls that want to get married one day, that want the fairy tale ending, because people told me for years I wouldn't get it, right? Like, you're a dominatrix, nobody's gonna marry you. I heard that for years. And I just want to say, like, I just knew what kind of man to look for because of my experiences. I knew, like, there are some dominatrices that, like, literally they are exposed to all of this stuff just like I was, and even they don't get it. So, like, I'm not saying this is a universal language we all understand. What I'm trying to say is, like, I've been exposed enough to men in a way that made me know what man to look for if I was looking for them. And that's why I have my submissives. That's why I have my husband. That's why I'm really good friends with so many men. And that's why I'm able to help so many women find the right man. Because there's a certain understanding that I have, a certain skill set that's not so conventional. And it helps me help women, because I love women so much. I love women so, so fucking much. I want women to win. I want women to be treated like queens. I want women to, like, thrive. And I hate to see a woman online proposing to a man. I'm sorry. Shoot me. I'm sorry. I hate it. I hate to see it. I hate to see a woman getting cheated on and just staying. I hate to see a woman not being provided for. I hate to see a woman just, going through the motions of giving so much to men, when I know for a fact from experience that's not even what they need or require. That's not even what they need, babes. You're doing it wrong. And I love women so much that I want to tell them how to do it right. Because I strongly believe some men's DNA deserves to die out, because they're not good people, because I've seen it. So anyway, I will be making more videos for those men out there, some women out there that don't understand why I've been making these videos. It's because I want women to understand that they have options in this world, and every man is not meant to be matched with anyone. Some of them are not deserving of the attention or energy of any woman. And instead of focusing on the man that hurt you, or the men that hurt you, right? And are not good people and this and that, which I acknowledge, they are out there, yes. There's no excuses for their existence, to be quite frank, right? But like, we need to stop blaming all men because a couple of men are bad people. Find the good men. I want to show you how to do that. That is all. Cheers.